Most people go their entire lives without seeing even one truly unbelievable place. This video brings you 10 destinations that many travelers consider the best moments of their lives. Let's start with one of the most unreal locations on Earth. Bora Bora is one of the world's most recognizable islands. The water is bright blue, the lagoon is calm, and volcanic peaks rise straight out of the center. It looks exactly like the version seen in magazines, only more real. What makes Bora Bora stand out is how clear and colorful the lagoon is. The shades of blue shift through the day, and the visibility is so sharp that fish, rays, and even small sharks can be seen moving over the sand below. The barrier reef keeps the water peaceful, which makes snorkeling and swimming feel easy and relaxed. Mount Otomanu gives the island its dramatic shape. It rises above the lagoon and creates those postcard views Bora Bora is known for. No matter where you look, the peak appears in the background. The island is built for slow, simple moments. Waking up above the water, kayaking across the still blue ocean, walking along sand that feels soft and warm. Bora Bora delivers a kind of calm that most places never offer. It is not just a tropical island, it is a place people remember because everything feels clear, bright, and completely different from anywhere else. Petra in Jordan is one of the most impressive archaeological sites in the world. The entire city is carved directly into red stone, and the scale of it is surprising even when knowing what to expect. The experience begins at the Sick, a long, narrow canyon that leads into the heart of Petra. The sandstone walls rise high on both sides, shaped over centuries. The route twists until the canyon suddenly opens and reveals the treasury. The building looks massive and detailed, with columns, carvings, and statues, all cut by hand straight into the cliff. It is one of the most famous views in the Middle East for a reason. Petra was once a major trade hub. Caravans carrying spices and goods passed through the area, and the Nabateans used their wealth to carve homes, tombs, and temples into the rock. Every structure comes from the same red and pink sandstone, which gives the whole site a unified look. Exploring Petra takes time because the site is much larger than most people expect. There are long paths through open valleys, ruins scattered across hillsides, and stairs leading up to the monastery, which is even bigger than the treasury. From the top, the view stretches across wide deserts and rough mountains. Very few ancient sites in the world are carved entirely from rock on this scale. Petra feels like a natural landscape and a city at the same time. Banff National Park is one of the most impressive mountain regions in the world. It sits in the Canadian Rockies and is known for bright blue lakes, tall peaks, and wide valleys filled with forest. Lake Louise is one of the most famous spots here. The water has a strong blue color created by glacier melt, and the surface reflects the surrounding mountains with a clear mirror effect. Moraine Lake is another highlight. It sits deeper in the mountains and is surrounded by the Valley of the 10 Peaks. The view from the rocks above the lake is one of Canada's most iconic scenes. Banff has much more than lakes. There are long trails, wildlife, rivers, and viewpoints spread across the park. Some paths lead through calm forest, where the air smells like pine. Others climb into the mountains and open up to huge, wide views. It is common to see elk, deer, and sometimes even bears in the distance. Winter creates a completely different atmosphere. The lakes freeze, snow covers the forest, and the mountains become quiet and still. Banff earns a place on this list because it offers some of the best mountain scenery on the planet. The blue lakes and dramatic peaks create a setting that is easy to remember long after leaving. Mauritius is known for clear water, calm beaches, and warm tropical nature. But one spot on the island stands out more than anything else: the underwater waterfall illusion. From above, it looks like the ocean drops into a deep trench, almost as if water is falling straight into the sea. It is not a real waterfall, but a natural illusion created by sand and ocean currents moving near the edge of a shallow lagoon. From above, the sand creates patterns that look like water flowing down. The colors shift from bright turquoise to deep navy, which makes the illusion feel three-dimensional. It is one of the most unusual natural sights in the world, and the best views come from the sky. Most travelers see it through drone footage or helicopter tours because the effect is only visible from higher angles. The lagoon around Mauritius is calm and full of marine life. Coral reefs protect the coastline and create perfect conditions for swimming, snorkeling, and paddleboarding. Mauritius also has mountains, waterfalls, and rainforest filled with tropical birds, but nothing stands out as much as the underwater waterfall illusion. It is a unique sight that shows how nature can create moments that look impossible until seen from the right angle. Machu Picchu is one of the most well-known archaeological sites on the planet. It sits high in the Andes, surrounded by clouds, steep cliffs, and deep green mountains. The location feels hidden and protected, almost like it was placed there on purpose. When the ruins first come into view, the scale is surprising. Stone terraces, scattered buildings, and the sharp peak of Huayna Picchu rising behind everything. The Inca built the site in the 15th century and left it not long after. No one knows its exact purpose. Some believe it was a royal retreat, while others think it was a sacred place. What is clear is the level of skill behind the stonework. The walls fit together so precisely that many of them have held their shape through centuries of storms and earthquakes. Walking through Machu Picchu feels like exploring a large open maze. Paths lead between terraces and through stone rooms that once served as homes, ceremonial spaces, or storage. Llamas walk around the site and add to the calm atmosphere. The surrounding mountains create a dramatic frame around the ruins and remind visitors how remote the location really is. Morning brings the most interesting conditions. Mist moves across the peaks and reveals the ruins piece by piece. Sometimes the entire site is covered. Other times the clouds clear and show everything at once. The mix of history, mountain scenery, and the hidden placement of the site makes Machu Picchu stand out from other ancient locations. Kyoto is one of the most calm and traditional cities in Japan. It is known for ancient temples, garden paths, wooden streets, and a quiet atmosphere that feels unchanged for centuries. The mix of nature and old architecture gives the city a steady, peaceful rhythm. One of Kyoto's most famous spots is the Fushimi Inari Shrine. The path is lined with thousands of bright orange torii gates that form a long tunnel up the mountain. Another iconic place is the Arashiyama bamboo forest. The tall bamboo rises overhead and creates a soft green light along the walkway. Even with other visitors around, the forest stays quiet. Kyoto is also known for its traditional wooden houses and geisha districts. Streets like Gion show the older side of Japan with lanterns, tea houses, and wooden facades. The city becomes especially beautiful during cherry blossom season when pink flowers cover parks, canals, and riverbanks. Kyoto has a gentle energy. It encourages visitors to slow down and notice the small details. The city blends culture and nature in a way that feels simple and balanced. The Serengeti is one of the most famous wildlife regions in the world. It has wide open plains, acacia trees, golden grasslands, and a huge range of animals that move freely across the landscape. The size of the Serengeti is hard to grasp. It stretches in every direction and feels untouched and open. The park is known for the Great Migration, where millions of wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles travel across the plains throughout the year. Watching the movement from a distance feels unreal. Long lines of animals, dust rising from the ground, and the steady sound of hooves moving together. The Serengeti is also one of the best places to see the Big Five. Lions, elephants, leopards, rhinos, and buffalo all live here. Many visitors remember their first wildlife moment clearly: a lion resting in the shade, a group of elephants walking across the plains, a cheetah sitting quietly and watching the horizon. Sunsets in the Serengeti add another layer to the experience. The sky turns deep orange and spreads across the plains. Trees and animals form silhouettes against the light. It is a peaceful moment that shows the beauty of the African wilderness. The Serengeti stands out because it brings people close to wildlife in a way that feels honest and unfiltered. Dubrovnik is one of the most striking coastal cities in Europe. The old town is surrounded by tall stone walls that overlook the bright blue Adriatic Sea. The streets are narrow, the walkways are polished, and the buildings have stood for centuries, giving the city a strong historic feel. Walking through Dubrovnik is a full experience. The streets are lined with small shops, cafes, and elegant buildings with terracotta roofs. The white limestone reflects the sunlight, which makes the entire old town look clean and bright. One of the best things to do here is walk along the city walls. From the top, you can see the old town on one side and the open sea on the other. The view of orange rooftops against deep blue water is one of the most recognizable scenes in the region. The coastline around Dubrovnik adds to its appeal. The water is clear, the beaches are rocky, and the sea has a strong blue color that feels refreshing. Boats, kayaks, and swimmers move around the area throughout the day and give the coast a lively atmosphere. Dubrovnik combines history and seaside energy in a simple and natural way. Together they create a destination that stands out from many other European coastal cities. The Great Barrier Reef is the largest coral reef system in the world, and its size is hard to fully understand. It stretches for thousands of miles along Australia's northeastern coast and supports an enormous range of marine life. The reef is known for its bright colors. Schools of fish move in tight groups that look almost coordinated. The water is clear enough in many areas to see straight down to the sandy bottom. Snorkeling or diving here feels like stepping into a different environment. The reef includes quiet lagoons, deep channels, small islands, and large coral structures. Some spots have shallow, calm water that is great for beginners. Other areas offer deeper and more dramatic underwater scenery. No matter where you go, the surroundings feel active and full of life. The Great Barrier Reef also serves as a reminder of how fragile the natural world can be. Visiting it creates a strong connection to the ocean and highlights the importance of protecting these ecosystems. The reef stands out because it offers a rare chance to explore a living underwater landscape filled with movement, color, and detail. Easter Island is one of the most mysterious places in the world. It sits alone in the Pacific Ocean, far from any major land. The island is known for its large stone statues called moai. These statues stand on platforms facing inland, almost as if they are watching over the island. Their size and expressions create a strong and memorable atmosphere. The moai were made by the Rapa Nui people hundreds of years ago. Many details about their history are still unclear: how the statues were carved, how they were moved across the island, why they were placed in those exact locations. These unanswered questions add to the sense of mystery. The island's landscapes add another layer of interest. volcanic craters, rolling hills, and a rugged coastline shaped by waves all give the island a distinct look. Sunrise and sunset are especially striking. The changing light creates deep shadows and strong silhouettes around the statues. It feels like a direct link between the past and the present. Easter Island stands out because it combines isolation, culture, mystery, and dramatic nature in a single destination. These 10 places show how incredible the world can be. Each destination offers a moment that feels different, surprising, and worth remembering. Some are far out in nature, others are shaped by history, but all of them have something that stays with you long after the trip ends. As usual, thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe for more videos.